Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Lisa. Welcome to Have Trailer.
Let's travel.
Hey, welcome back. Those of you who are returning know that we just finished our Las Vegas, New Mexico Railroad Museum tour as well as the Rough Riders Museum. We are now going to explore something that we love so much, and it is the railroad. We have a fabulous, not only a little tour of the train station, but what came with it. So let's explore Las Vegas, New Mexico, and its connection to the railroad. The arrival of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad in 1879 dramatically changed the town. Las Vegas became a vital transportation and commercial hub, connecting the Southwest to national markets. The railroad led to the development of two towns, which we've talked about. East Las Vegas near the railroad station. Over time, the two communities were consolidated, but retained distinctive identities. The railway brought prosperity, enabling the export of agricultural products, livestock, and goods while importing manufacturing items. Now, I could hardly wait to do this particular portion because I am a huge fan of the Harvey Girls. In case you don't know, the Harvey Girls is a group of remarkable women who helped shape the American West in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. When the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad expanded across the country, passengers faced one big problem: terrible food and service at railroad stops. Here we come Fred Harvey, who revolutionized rail travel with his chain of high quality dining establishments known as Harvey Houses. But it was the Harvey girls who made them legendary. Fred Harvey began recruiting young, unmarried women in the 1880s to work as waitresses. These women had to be educated, between 18 and 30 years old, and of good moral character. They wore modest black and white uniforms, and they definitely were trained to deliver impeccable service. For many of these women, becoming a Harvey Girl was one of the few respectable job opportunities available, and it offered them independence and fair wages and a chance to see the world. The Harvey Girls weren't just servers, they were pioneers, and they brought not only refinement and order to rough frontier towns, they played a crucial role in kind of civilizing the Wild West. They helped transform small railroad stops into thriving communities. Many eventually married local men and stayed, building families and contributing to the development of the American West. Their legacy was celebrated in the very famous 1946 musical, The Harvey Girls. This is probably something that you may have heard about, starring Judy Garland. And remember, they were more than waitresses. They truly were trailblazers, and they built communities. And they showed that something as simple as a meal served with care could change the world. And here is where we are going to look at where the Harvey girls stayed. Because remember, they had to be chaperoned. They weren't just, allowed to run wild. So let's have a look at the actual boarding house where they stayed. Now let's talk a little bit about that Castaneda Hotel. And it is truly a historic one. It was officially opened on January 1st, 1899. It was built in 1897 and 1898. And it was actually the very first trackside hotel established by Fred Harvey. And it marked the beginning of his hospitality empire. The hotel is really an early example of mission revival architecture in New Mexico, and you can see a 500 feet long arcade that wraps around the facade and the courtyard, which offers a really welcoming space for travelers. It was the hub of social activity and hosted notable events such as the first reunion of the Rough Riders in July of 1899, attended by then Governor of New York, Theodore Roosevelt. The hotel obviously did close in 1948, and it remained vacant for decades. And here's where I come into the story. On many, many of my trips home to Canada, I would take the train. And the very first time I ever took the train from, I think we were living in Prescott, Arizona, I took it all the way to Montreal, and we would pass by this place that I'd never heard of called Las Vegas, New Mexico. And I have a picture of the very first time I ever saw the train station because I was like, Las Vegas, New Mexico. And then I saw the building. And the building in 2011, which is when the first time I saw it, was absolutely, it looked so forlorn. And I felt something. I don't know what I felt, but I felt as if a piece of history or something had kind of put into my heart. Later on a subsequent trip, I had the occasion to talk to a very elderly lady who talked to me about how grand it was in the 20s and 30s, this hotel, and how often she would come with her parents and then her husband. And it just was this amazing place. And then fast forward to 2014 when it was purchased by a preservationist who had done another hotel, the Winslow Posada, and they undertook a complete restoration. The hotel reopened in 2019, and I finally got to go in. I hope you've enjoyed going back in time with me as we explore not only the railroad, but also the beautiful hotel that accommodated so many travelers and has so much history. I really hope you get a chance to visit it. It really is a special, special place. Hey, thanks for joining us on the road, and we will see you somewhere on the road very soon.